Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Be careful of the things you say and do. Your behavior in social environments, whether they're in person or maybe online on a YouTube channel or on social media where you go out of your way to weaponize your Discord, your paid for Discord, to go after people, because those things, those actions can have an effect on other people and they have to make decisions. And that looks to be the case. Over this past Friday, it was announced Sebastian Ruiz resigns from Second Wind and puts blame squarely on good old Nick Calandra, claiming he, quote, operates in bad faith to serve his ego. Well, I definitely have to agree with the bad faith part. My goodness, there's good old Nick. Talked about him a couple of times before. He's such a wonderful person. He doesn't like grums whatsoever. Had some few interesting things to say about the little game awards that Side Scroll is just trying to put on good old Stuttering Craig. In a post on X, Ruiz wrote, quote, I have resigned from Second Wind Group. I'll say more later, but I do want people to know where the money and the support is going in the meantime. Let's see what this good old thing has to say. We're going to go over to Twitter right here so we can get a better look at it, that's for sure. Blow this up. When I joined Second Wind Group, I was under the assumption that we were forming a team of creatives with equal value and equal say, individual creators who would oversee their personal series, and the group would decide how to run the business together. It's plain as day that we recreated the toxic corporate environment we abandoned, led by a petulant wannabe CEO who overspends, overpromises. My goodness, these are some hefty accusations. We're going to go with allegedly right now, because I don't want to get myself in trouble. I'm just reading what's on the screen. This is his statement. So's division tarnishes our image, asserts his creative vision, oh my goodness, or rather creative blindness, and sabotages anyone's attempt to correct him, all while he fails his most basic duties, joy rides around the world, clout farms, that's definitely what he does, I could see that for myself, and expects the community and Yahtzee to foot the bill because Nick Calandra tanks our YouTube revenue and makes us undesirable for sponsors. It is beyond incompetence. Nick Calandra operates in bad faith to serve his ego, and this group lacks the attitude and processes to appropriately deal with the inaction and inability to deliver the core capabilities of our roles. The board of directors lacks a knowledgeable enough majority to see through even the most basic Google searchable errors in Nick's farcical directions, and uses their personal feelings as a substitute for information, even when presented with dumbed down versions at their repeated requests. My goodness, it's a long one, folks. Hang in there. The rest of the owners have little knowledge of what's going on, and I don't fault them, because that's the whole point of the culture of isolation. There aren't enough leads at once thinking there's a problem. There aren't enough leads at once thinking there's a problem. The rest don't know of the problems, therefore there are no problems. That's always a problem with upper management. You got a middleman who doesn't tell the upper management what's going on, so upper management thinks everything's going nice and fine and peachy keen, and then lays down the law, acting as if he's the talking point, following instructions from upper management when he's only pushing his own agenda. It happens across, it seems to be a little common across most companies. Maybe not most. Speculation. All of my personal attempts to make Nick see reason are ignored. All my attempts to make the leads aware of Nick's behavior are brushed off with minimal action. All my attempts to raise concerns for our systemic issues are put off until after problems occur. I refuse to be subjected to this behavior any longer. I believe I have done everything in my power to address the issues for over 6 months, and I want no part of preying on the community's goodwill and Yahtzee's hard work simply because we can't run a business. At this rate, we don't deserve to run a business. Consider this my formal resignation, effective immediately. Frost of Rivia on social media. That would be Sebastian Ruiz. My goodness, that's a mouthful. Plain as day. Let's keep on going, because he's not the only one. The rest of the owners have little knowledge. I could have read it from here. Ruiz was not the only Second Wind employee, to resign. Cisco Araneta also revealed he resigned. He wrote on X, critical support for Sebastian Ruiz. Today was my last day at Second Wind as well. All I can say is we exceeded sales goal every single month. He added, thank you to all the dope clients I've had the privilege of working with. Let's do it again. Email, LinkedIn in bio. There's the long letter again. To Ruiz's point, Calandra has sown significant division and tarnished Second Wind's image. Infamously, Mark Kern, a.k.a. Grumps, talked about that at the beginning of the video, called for Calandra to be banned from X, YouTube, Discord, and Patreon for doxing him. That's a whole different other story. Talking about his family's been doxxed. Second Wind and former EIC of Escapist Nick Calandra has weaponized, and this actually did happen, weaponized his Discord server and is encouraging his thousands of Patreon supporters to dox me. They were looking for information. There are chat logs that are out there. Did a video on it, I believe. Pretty sure I did. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Why else wouldn't I have a clown picture of Nick Calandra already saved? Used his paid Discord to ask people for information to use against Grums to try and ruin him financially. Is that what you're supposed to be using your Discord for, Nick? Seems like a pretty shitty thing to do. He continued, and unlike certain other journalists who don't post receipts, I will. And of course, went on to post multiple receipts. Nick has been stalking me and tweeting about me for almost 2 months nonstop. Let's see. Disgusting behavior, dangerous one. And it was very it was an odd thing. Wondering if Second Wind, first of all, was Second Wind aware of Nick Calandra's behavior? Were they going to do anything about it? Well, apparently not at the time, because now you have 2 employees that have decided to part ways because, in their statement, because of Nick Calandra. Anyone who joins Nick's Patreon also has access to this Discord server that is focused on doing me harm. 13,700 members, yes, doing him harm, because there was an actual bounty put out on Grums' head. Wild stuff. Absolutely wild stuff, especially since Grums just talks about video games. Just talks about video games. Called for X, YouTube, and Patreon, and Discord to ban Calandra. Maybe too far, maybe not far enough, considering what Nick was using his platform to do. Thousands of users on his Discord who now have my personal information and family addresses. Let's get down here. Calandra also threatened to physically assault individuals opposed to wokeness. Screenshot shared from what appears to be Calandra's Second Wind Discord to Kotaku. He was saying this in his Second Wind Discord. I've argued and persuaded some people to realize how stupid they're being. It can happen. But right now, these folks are just trolling, basically trying to portray everyone that's calling them out as the actual racists, lol, while they've joined a curator group that literally might as well be called I'm a bigot. No, Nick. See, that's bad faith, disingenuous nonsense, because it is simply calling out games that were involved with Sweet Baby. DEI detected. Sweet Baby detected. Because a bunch of gamers believe that their involvement with video games was tanking the fun factor of the video games. You want to call them bigots. It's not their fault that the games in question were filled with ideological checkboxes instead of, I don't know, good gameplay, good story, good mechanics. You try to throw the word bigot around over and over and over again, and it means nothing. The word has lost all value, all weight over the past years because of its overuse, because you simply call people bigots if they disagree with your opinion, or if they don't like the way a character is written, you believe it's because the character is female or black or gay or trans, when that's not the case, when overall the show is just garbage, or the game is just garbage. He also wrote, I had to do my research before taking over The Escapist. The majority of the stuff is coming from the same dweebs, name calling there, that run that Kotaku in Action subreddit, and sometimes I'm more than happy to let people from that sub know that nobody will ever love them. Oh, that wasn't a very nice thing to say, Nick. Some folks in my reply being like, you talk like this? Wow, that was mean. And I'm like, yeah. Who sends messages out like that? These are the kinds of people that if they said any of that stuff to me at a bar, I would more than happily get kicked out for knocking them out. So someone simply wanting to have a conversation with you, going back and forth about what they like and what they don't like, you're going to automatically think they're a bigot and threaten physical harm against them. Oh dear. All kinds of stuff. Repaying you. Let's see. Oh, this was around the time where they went after Smash JT. Calandra also organized and led a harassment campaign against YouTuber Smash JT and his website. Yeah, and there were a few other of the usual suspects who celebrated that for like 36 hours before the website came back up. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. What is going to happen with good old Nick Calandra and Second Wind? Will there be more people running away because of Nick? Is Nick Calandra going to suffer any, I don't know, repercussions from the powers that be? He's going on a bit of a tirade over and over again. I think I heard one thing that they had to put him in check because of his actions on social media, like an actual intervention. I'm going to have to dig that up and find it. But let me know what you think of this. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all the different things that you expect you to do, and I hope to see you in the next one.